Joining us now, our good friend Mark Livingstone, Cornerstone First Financial. I've been talking about, how long have I been talking, Kara, about Mark Livingstone? I mean, I talk about him every day because he's like the bomb. If I'm the Godzilla of truth, Mark Livingstone is the King Kong of low mortgage rates. Now, first of all, Mark Livingstone has been with me for 9 years. He's a founding sponsor, along with the American Jobs Alliance, Providence Computer, Americans for Prosperity, and many others. Been a founding sponsor, never wavered, been there. He has saved my listeners thousands of dollars a month. I had, just in this past year, in 2020, one of my listeners did a refi, saved $1,000 a month. That's $12,000 a year, cash money for the same thing. That's crazy. Another person, $800 a month. That's right off your household. What? $800 a month, $1,000 a month? Crazy, because he is the man. And he's joining us now. Mark Livingstone, I know you've been working 24/7. You got your head shaved. You got a beard. You're on the phone. You're taking orders. You're getting people lower rates. It's been tough.
It is a different time than I've ever seen, my friend. Hey, great to talk to you. Coming at you live from our office in Ocean City, Maryland. Had to get the heck out of the District of Columbia with everything going on there. It's the worst thing I've ever seen, John, going on down there. The Black Lives Matter agitators, the looters, the protesters. It is crazy. So I'm working remotely from Ocean City, taking all these loan applications. And I do want to start the show by just saying congratulations to you, my friend, on the acquisition of your new radio station up there in Richmond.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. We worked hard on it. It took us a long time to get everything done, but we're going to continue to grow. I got another big announcement. I want to get back on July the 6th. And how big is that, Kiera?
Huge.
It's huge.
Well, I like to say, John, healthy things grow, and if you're not growing, you're dying. So congratulations again, my friend.
I love that. If you're not growing, you're dying. Or as Michael Douglas said, my favorite line in Wall Street the remake of it, he said, it's ugly times ugly out there, and when it's ugly, the ugly get going. There you go, right there. It's
okay.
Ugly times ugly. It's an ugly time out there. Now, the last time I was in D.C.
It's the mortgage industry.
Well, I know. Now, tell me what's going on.
Well, it's not an ugly time in the mortgage industry, John. We are seeing the lowest rates that I have seen in my lifetime. I've been in mortgage lending for 26 years, and never have I seen such a time this. Since COVID has happened, rates have fallen through the floor, and we're seeing rates in the twos. That's right, you heard it. So your listeners, 90% of them could take advantage of these historically low rates. We're selling right now 2.99% on a 30-year fixed rate. Our 15-year fixed rate, John, is down at 2.75%. That is unheard of, right?
Mm-hmm. Unheard of.
Yes. Well, now, here's the thing, is that your listening area is the third most populated in the country with veterans, okay? And so for veterans, we have a special going on right now at 2.229% on a VA interest rate reduction refinance loan, a VA IRRL. And so the veterans can call in and get 2.229 today. Tell them you heard Mark on the John Fredericks Radio Show, and we will take care of you. But these rates are just unheard of. So while the rates are dropping, everything else is increasing, from retail sales, builder confidence, pending home sales, home appreciation, car sales. The economy's on fire. This Trump economy is on fire, brother. And so now what's happening is these rates are low. We're loving it. And what's happening is that homes, there's low inventory, and the low inventory is pushing up demand. And when you have a demand for housing, that's what makes homes appreciate. Because when homes appreciate, it pushes the value up, and then appraisers use those comparables when they evaluate your home value. So then people have more equity in their homes. And I did a little research on your listing area. So, for example, in Richmond, Virginia, zip code 23221 has seen an 11% increase year over year. So this week from this time last year, 11% increase in value of homes. Virginia Beach, 23454, 9% increase. And what this means to your listeners, John, is that the values have gone up, so therefore they can refinance and eliminate PMI. They can refinance and take cash out. They can refinance and just take advantage of a lower rate and maybe shorten their term. from a 30-year to a 20-year. It's just, it now is the time. These rates are not here forever. The Federal Reserve has indicated that, hey, we're going to keep rates low for a good amount of time, but we don't know how long. So the important thing to remember is now is the time to get these rates and take advantage of rates in the twos in your listening area.
When are you going to see rates in the twos, 2.99, 2.75%? So look, if you're holding a mortgage right now, if there's any time to refi, Mark, it's right now, right? Because you're going to get locked in at the lowest possible. You're going to be under 3. So if I got a mortgage, say it's like, what was it averaging before, like 4.5 or 5 or something? It's in the 4s,
we saw
right?
the lows. Yeah, it was in the high 3s, 4s, around there.
So
they bounced off their lows in early March and shot up because of supply and demand.
Right.
The first quarter of this year, we saw 3.5 times what is usually done in an entire year. So lenders had to raise their rates and to offset some of the demand. And so things came back around, and now rates have fallen back through the floors even lower than they were.
So, I mean, if I got a 30-year fixed on my home or my business, right, at like 4.25%, and now I can get in at 2.9, now under 3, in the twos, what's that going to save me a month? It's got to be big dollars.
Well, it's predicated on what your loan size is, but yes, it's going to save you money. So when I take a call from a John Fredericks listener and he says to me, hey, I'm at 3.8, 3.7, 3.6, I would say if your listeners have 3.5% or higher, then you definitely can take advantage of this, whether you refinanced 3, 4, 5 months ago or whether you bought 4, 5, 6 years ago. Check to see if you can eliminate that PMI. Or if you have credit card debt. Home equity lines of credit are no longer tax deductible under the new tax plan unless you use it to fix your house up. Most people take out home equity lines of credit to pay off credit cards. So unfortunately, those are no longer tax deductible unless you wrap them into a mortgage. And with interest rates this low, it's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you wrap your home equity line of credit into your first mortgage, making it now tax deductible, or wrapping your credit cards to make them tax deductible as well?
Yeah, look, you got to wrap this whole thing in, but the first thing you do is you pick up the phone and you call Mark and his team. They're all standing by right now, 202-625-1221. Just pick up the phone. You got nothing to lose. Like Mark says, if you've got a mortgage right now, it doesn't matter when you got it, 3 months ago or 7 years ago, if you're at 3.5% or higher, Livingstone is going to save you money. Save you money for nothing. Because it's not like, I'm going to save money, but something has to change. No, you just pay a lower rate. Nothing changes except what you send the bank. That changes, and it goes down. It's a good thing. 202-625-1221. Write the number down. 202-625-1221, or go online, cornerstonefirst.com. You just got a text here from Adrian. Adrian's like, send me the info. I'm driving. Adrian, as soon as Mark is done, I'll text you everything over. You can call him 202-625-1221 because you're simply going to save money. And the thing I love about dealing with my friend Mark Livingstone is this, okay? The closing process is going to take a while, right? This isn't like a day, right? It takes 5, 6, 7 weeks, 3 weeks, depends on when it is. But the
3
thing,
to 4 weeks.
Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks. Could be, a couple days longer, shorter, but it's 3 or 4 weeks closing. He's going to give you the lowest rate in that period of time. So from when you engage to close, whatever is the lowest rate in that period of time, guaranteed, is what you're going to get. So you're not sweating over the close. You're like, oh man, I closed Tuesday and then rates went down another, 0.1%. No, whatever it is, up until you close, you get the lowest rate. Nobody else offers that. 202-625-1221. Mark, you're talking about home values appreciating. That means I got equity in my home, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in your listening area. Home values have appreciated on an average of 10% in your listening area.
Now, as the economy improves, we just got the unemployment numbers in today. Another 1.3 million claiming unemployment. We don't know how many are getting off, right? Because now there's a shift. As you know, we added 2.5 million jobs in May. Don't know what the numbers are for June. But as the economy gets better, what happens to the rates?
Well, the Fed plays with rates based on inflation. Right now, I think inflation is the least of our worries. So I foresee that the Fed is not going to touch rates into next year, okay? But you never know. They might be trigger happy, and, the economy is booming. There's no way around it. The liberals can't say the economy is not doing well. All signs are pointing that everything is going up, like I said, except for the interest rates. So now is the time to act. I don't see the Fed doing anything with rates. If anything, they're going to hold steady where they've been for the last couple of weeks, which is in the 2s. They may come down a little bit more, but like John said, we will lower your rate if while you're in processing, the rates drop. It's just a great time to be in the mortgage industry. These rates are one of a few golden linings of this COVID-19.
If I engage with your company, and let's say, since I bought my house, I had a few problems. I lost my job. I've got a few dings on my credit. What happens?
Well, unfortunately, right now because of COVID, a lot of people, including us, are not lending on challenged credit. We have been lending up down to a 500 credit score, but that market has kind of dried up. I see it returning, John, probably September or October. But right now, if you have less than, say, a 640 credit score, you're going to be on the sidelines waiting for that market to open back up. The other thing to keep in mind is that investment properties are really hard to get loans for now as well, because the underwriters don't want somebody who's going to, get furloughed and all of a sudden not pay their investment property mortgage, or have a tenant that doesn't pay rent and then they let the mortgage go. So investment property rates are not as good as the primary residence rates. So the rates that I'm quoting down in the 2s are the VA rates, unheard of, 2.229. Those are for primary residences only and people with 640 or better credit scores.
If you're looking for a refi or to buy a home, either one, which is going to be your primary residence and your 640 score plus, you are going to save money. If you call you up, you are going to save money.
Absolutely true. And let me do a plug real quick. If there's any loan officers or processors listening, we now have positions. The John Fredericks listeners are so awesome, and we're getting so many calls that we need help. And you can work remotely. We would love to have you. If you have experience as a processor or a loan officer, send me an email, mark@cornerstonefirst.com, and we can have a confidential interview. But, we love working with your listeners. They're educated. They are informed, I should say. They know what they want. And 9 times out of 10, we can get them the absolute lowest rate. And if they have credit issues at the time, we can help counsel them to get their credit up, sometimes as much as 100 points. I had one of your listeners called in about a year ago, and he closed his loan in February after we raised his credit score 80 points by just giving him some advice.
See, that's the thing. You are full service. You're going to work with your customers. If you want a mortgage, you're going to be there. Say, look, you're at 615. Here's the 5 things you have to do to get up to 650. It's easy to do. Takes about 30 days, and then boom, you're back, and we can save you lots of money. Also, as Mark said, if you're in the industry right now and you're a broker and you want to make money and you want to go with a company that's growing, that does the right thing, that really stands behind their customers and gives you better opportunity, email them.
Mark@cornerstonefirst.com. Just look us up on the website, cornerstonefirst.com. It tells you everything about me, the opportunity, our programs, all of it. So cornerstonefirst.com if you want a mortgage. Like I said, the veterans, you're the 3rd most populated area in the country, John, your listening area for veterans. So veterans absolutely should be taking advantage of these record low rates, as well as anybody that wants a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac rate, also in the 2s. So give us a call. I have Joanna and others on the phone right now waiting to take your call. The number is 202-625-1221, 202-625-1221. And just let them know you heard me on the John Fredericks Radio Show, and we will take great care of you.
202-625-1221, or go online at cornerstonefirst.com. Mark Livingstone and his team, founding sponsor of the John Fredericks Radio Network. He's rocking. We're rocking. Save money. 202-625-1221, or online at cornerstonefirst.com. Hey, Mark, thanks for being with us.
Hey, have a great vacation, my friend. I look forward to hearing you when you get back.